Welcome to the Better Business Bureau, serving New Mexico, Southwest Colorado. Caught you doing something good. It's our series where we check out businesses around the community. We see them online, social media, and beyond, and see what they're doing in the community and how they're making an impact. Andres Trujillo here, your creative director here at the BBB. And I'm excited to talk a little bit about an organization that is doing great things for youth baseball players. And with me, I have Kalvin Shrader, Executive Director of Clubs Foundation, who has an event coming up we'll talk more about. Kalvin, great to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Yes.
Appreciate it.
So, real quickly here, kind of give it a little bit of background. You have three companies that you kind of you run here in town and here in New Mexico. Let's just kind of briefly talk about those, and then we'll dive into the clubs.
Yeah, we started with Duke City Cages about 6 years ago.
Okay.
That was fun. Started growing clubs. Club team's pretty big. Moved into the Rio Rancho Cages. And that one's a whole other niche in itself. And then now we're into Swing and Pickle, a great event place. Still got baseball in there, batting cages, pickleball courts, and golf simulators.
Excellent. So you have a three theme here, which is baseball. So what's your history with baseball? I mean, were you a collegiate player? I mean, talk about your history with baseball.
Sure. Well, embarrassing enough to say, I didn't get a chance to play any baseball. We were too poor to play when I was a kid, which is kind of the reasons we started the Clubs Foundation. But I started loving baseball, just loving my kids. My kids were good with it. And that's how it all started. That's how it started with Duke City. That's how this whole business started, was, following my kids.
Excellent. Yeah. And so, you got a favorite baseball team, MLB team?
Yeah, I'll go with the Dodgers.
You're those Dodgers?
Got to. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, and you're born and raised here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what high school did you go to?
Moriarty,
the Pintos. Yes. The Fighting Pintos, right?
Way out there in the mountains.
I love it. Now, you mentioned three different businesses. Mm-hmm. And, how is business going for these three in 2026? Are things rocking and rolling? Things are flowing? Mm-hmm. You're seeing some challenges, Yeah. I mean, I think business owners like to hear from other business owners on how things are going, and maybe they can get some tips and tricks on how to overcome any adversity. So talk about 2026 for you so far.
Well, so far what I'm learning is it's tough for Albuquerque to support, a lot of local companies, especially if, say, the wine festival comes in. Like, it's hard to catch everything. So, I mean, we're struggling a little bit. Not a lot of people know about it. Duke City Cages, it kind of runs based off the club team, so we don't have to stress too much about that. But, it's tough. Hopefully Albuquerque supports more of that.
Absolutely.
Businesses.
And it requires, it's all about us in sports, entrepreneurs, us involved in sports know it takes a team to be able to accomplish these feats, right? Talk a little bit about your team and your businesses. I mean, you have these three companies. Are they all like cross-pollinating? Is it kind of like they're helping out in other elements and other parts of the businesses? I mean, talk a little bit about your team.
Sure. So I have a team for pretty much each company. I do have two assistants that help me, but each company kind of has its own niche, so it needs to have its own kind of people. The Clubs Foundation, I have two great people that help me with that. And then, Pickle and Duke City, they need to have certain kind of employees and teamwork.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so you brought it up, and let's dive into what is going on with this great organization. It's been around for a bit. But what's really awesome and unique about it is the fact that your three companies do help support this organization. And so the Clubs Foundation, at the core of it, what is its mission? What is the Clubs Foundation?
You got it. Well, Clubs stands for Changing Lives Using Baseball and Softball. Our whole mission is just to help parents, help kids, take that financial burden off them, keep kids out of the streets and playing baseball. I don't know how many times family will come, they're excited they made the team, and they see how much it costs, and club sports in general is just tough. So we got a great team behind us, like stopping the financial burden from these families. And we're scholarshing over $200,000 a year right now.
Wow.
And, working hard to keep finding great partners to help us make that possible.
That's incredible, and I think I'm born and raised here as well, and I know the struggles, right? When I grew up, and I played, when I played baseball or basketball or whatnot, my parents were very, very poor. And so trying to figure out, and I remember it was one sport a year. My mom used to tell me, you get to pick one sport. And one year was basketball, the next year it was baseball and so soccer. And so I understand that burden is tough, and especially here in New Mexico. So having an organization like this to open the doors for youth athletes to be able to partake in something, so that, like you said, they can stay off the streets. They don't get involved in the wrong crowd. They don't get involved in drugs or do anything like that. And so really what at the end of the day is, this is why community partnerships matter. And this is why businesses in the community need to be stepping up and helping organizations like the clubs in the community. And so, talk a little about your networks and your connections. I mean, one of the big things is with here at the BBB, I know First Impression is a big part of it. They're accredited business with the BBB, so you got First Impression involved as well. So when we see our accredited businesses involved in such great things, that's important. That's important to highlight those things. And so in your mind, I gave my take on why supporting local matters, but why do you feel supporting local matters?
Well, I mean, it's the heart of New Mexico. I mean, we got to try to stick together. I mean, I don't know how many great restaurants you see will go down because they won't support it, but they'll keep going to McDonald's. I mean, supporting local is big because it's our dream, where a lot of people rooted from here and they're trying to do something great for their families and for the city, like for Swing and Pickle, there's nothing like it. So we got to keep strong. We got to stay together. And, local is everything.
Absolutely. And so with that being said, the clubs, how big is the clubs? I mean, with here in this region?
Well, it's not very large here. We got about 4 or 5 different employees, but we're reaching out to over 30 teams right now. So we're able to support the players at Rio Rancho cages and at Duke City cages.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. And so now, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of different things that these organizations do to help garner support, whether it's financial, and obviously that's a major player in how an organization functions and provides the doorway for youth athletes, especially in the club situation. So we have an event coming up. It's one of it's a great tournament, golf tournament that's coming in August. Let's talk a little bit about what that's all about, and it's value to the community.
Yeah, we're pumped. It's our biggest event we do every year. It's at Santa Ana. We do about 216 golfers. We have great partnerships with the food to help us. We partnered with Sunnyside Up. They're doing the breakfast for us.
Excellent.
And then we partnered up with BJ's and Buffalo Wild Wings to help us for the lunch portion. We do great raffles. I mean, we hustle. The whole organization from Duke City, Rio Rancho comes together and tries to bring those raffle items and anything and everything we can to do because it's our biggest event. And this kind of sets the staple of how much we can scholarship. Right. 100% of the money goes straight to the kids that need it.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Wow. And so this is your second annual? Third annual. So your guys are just fresh and just getting going. And I remember last year or the year before, actually it was your first one. You sold out in your first one.
Yes.
Right? And you guys killed it and did an amazing job.
Yes.
And so what can folks and supporters expect at this tournament? What makes your guys' tournament so successful, do you think? And what are you guys doing activity wise at the tournament that really make the club's charity golf tournament so spectacular?
Sure. Well, it becomes a little special. We got the kids that they're actually helping and affecting there, thanking them, taking pictures with people, really brings it all to fruition on why they're doing this.
Right.
We're going to have definitely the same kind of events like the longest drive, men and women's longest drive. We're going to do closest to the pin, a lot of the basic normal things, but just to see these kids and this family so thankful, like that's the biggest thing that we take away from this is they drive around and take pictures and just really make it personal because they really need support.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so how many, there's still ways to support. There's still time to support. What's the date again?
August 8th.
August 8th. And so that's coming up quick. And do you have a few spots left on teams?
We do. Yeah, we actually really need some support on that. We're a little lower on numbers than we wanted, but economy's a little different right now, but we're going to push hard. whatever we can do, we're going to get.
Yeah, that's that's gonna be a really great time, and especially you got a great golf course.
Yes,
I mean Santa Ana's spectacular. You can't beat the views, and I mean I would say it's probably one of my favorite courses in New Mexico to play, or just even go and hang out. And I know with the clubs outside of the golf tournament as well, there's always support needed, and I'm sure there's other fundraising elements and other. What are some other annual events that the Clubs Foundation does throughout the year?
So we're going to be partnering with Swing and Pickle. We're going to do some fun events. We're doing a pickleball tournament. We've normally done cornhole tournaments back in the day, and we've really just kind of kept it a little smaller, but now's the time I'm starting to really partner with new companies like First Impressions, more local businesses. My whole goal is to build a bigger, stronger partnership with some of these locals and not put so much burden on like the baseball program itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And when you have these other events and whatnot, and especially when I said I haven't been to your spot, Swing and Pickle, but just out of curiosity, how did you get what brought that to come make that happen? What made that come to fruition? I mean,
Yeah. Well, we travel a lot for the baseball, so we always go to Chicken and Pickle. It's like a family fun event, and that's in Arizona. So we were driving down the road and we saw a big building going out of business. It was the furniture store. And I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, I can move Duke City over here on the east side.
Okay.
So we go in there, I start stepping it off. I'm like, nope. I go back to my beer fridge and start kind of drawing some things up. I'm like, we can fit this. I just start dreaming and wanted to make something that Albuquerque's never had. It's just an event center for everyone. And being diversified back when I was in construction was big for me, and it worked well. So we got a little bit of everything there. And just kind of dreamed it.
Are you a pickleball player yourself?
Heck yeah.
Oh, okay. When you go and hit up the courts of Manzano Mesa and everything?
No, well, I'm not. Those
they're intense.
They'll kill me. Yeah. I'm amateur.
Even if they're in their 60s, I see some 60-year-olds play pickleball and it's like wild. They go hard.
For real, they do. Yeah, I'm not to that level yet.
Yeah, that is great. I think one of the cool things is that you really cultivate the culture, that we have a great baseball culture here in New Mexico. And we have a great pickleball culture that's growing. I know in Rio Rancho with all that, Coach Murphy, I know he's heavily involved with you. Coach Murphy is a great friend of mine, and I love Coach Murphy. I mean, he's such a cool dude.
Local legend.
Local legend, indeed. That's exactly who he is. Doing great things for our kids. And so when I see you're always out on I follow you guys on social media, and I see him always promoting and doing his thing. And those are the kind of partnerships that really elevate our youth athletes. I'm a big believer in our youth athletes don't get the opportunity.
Right.
I'm a big believer that when they're looking at, when potential recruitment happens, they skip New Mexico.
It's tough.
They go, we'll go to Texas, we'll go to Arizona, Colorado, but they always skip New Mexico. When in fact, it doesn't matter what sport it is, we have talented athletes, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, you name it, soccer, you name it. And so I really do feel like what you guys are doing with Duke City Cages, Rio Rancho Cages, and Swing and Pickle, you guys are actually providing a pathway and a runway for our youth athletes, and then of course tied into the clubs. That is just phenomenal. And so, man, this has been great. And as we wind down, let's kind of give the rundown again. Where can people find the clubs and how can they get involved? Hey, maybe they want to just donate because they love the passion you have and they love what the purpose is. How can people get in touch with you and all that good stuff?
You got it. If you go to theclubsfoundation.org, you'll see how our events are listed, how you can donate, how you can be a part of what we're doing. And, we're changing lives using baseball and softball. So we could really use the help and support, and it's really rewarding.
Absolutely. And so real quick, how can they get where can they follow you on the Duke City Cage, Rio Rancho Cages, Swing and Pickle? What social media platforms are you?
We basically got them all. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of it.
You're doing some TikTok dances too?
Oh, no, not me. No.
You got your staff doing it.
We got the right people doing it.
They're doing all the lifting there on that part. But Kalvin, thank you so much. We caught you doing something good. You got some great things happening. The growth you have in the community and the support you are providing for our youth athletes is bar none an amazing situation for our community. And so we're out there to continue to support this. Get out there, support what's coming up. The golf tournament's coming up. The Clubs Foundation has other opportunities. And of course, go check out Duke City Cages, Rio Rancho Cages, and Swing and Pickle. Kalvin,
thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you out there on the course.